Welcome to the Blessed to Teach Show. This is Rick, your host, on Thursday, March 28th. We are talking about Trump at the Grand Rapids rally doing an air Q. We have over 60 drops with tons of patriots being queued. This is the SB2. I said the SB2 show. Jeez. This is the Blessed to Teach Show, obviously. You can tell I'm tired. But anyway, looking forward to going on this show. We got Janet and Kat and Roy and Doug and Cynthia, people coming on from Canada and Georgia, Texas. Thank you guys for doing that. Again, we got the air cue. This is actually the Blessed to Teach Show. We don't have any SB2 tonight. I'm just making some errors as I go forward, but I will fix it as we move. But let's roll, because there's so much to go over with all these tweets. An awesome rally we just listened to. We're talking just massive amounts of drops. You can see this was the 27th here. Right here, reflections are important. We're going over that. And then Praying Medic found an add-on that did some more details on the reflections. And I'll show you, we're inside the castle, basically the Oval Office. We see where those reflections may have came from. And we'll dig into that in a little bit. And then we also got into this about the Hannity show about ready to start. That was 32.35. And then we have like 60 of these to go over. So we will go over those in just a second. Let me start with my sponsor for the day. It's Patriot Rates. So stop paying for overpriced insurance. How many of you are tired of paying simply too much for auto, health, or life insurance? Cut your insurance rate substantially and save big with PatriotRate.com. An American insurance company you can trust, owned by veterans. Patriot Rate sources competitive pricing on auto, health, and life insurance and will always have your back when it comes to finding the best quote to fit your needs. You have nothing to lose. Visit PatriotRates.com for a free quote on auto, health, or life insurance and stop paying for overpriced insurance. Call PatriotRates.com today for your free quote. All right, let's get into some of these. The first of the 60, I think 7 or 66 posts is 36. Trump vows to release FISA docs now that Mueller probe is concluded. Slams treasonous FBI. And so this is the whole Fox News article that talks about, did you enjoy the interview? And you'll see here just the very fact that we have, Trump talking to Hannity here, and really goes over details and talks about basically taking out, and I think most of you watched that, but it's a little 14-minute video. So here you'll have a link to it if you want to find that to go watch exactly what this was. This was, let's see, President Trump in an exclusive wide-ranging interview Wednesday night with Fox News. Hannity vowed to release the full unredacted Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act warrants and related documents used by the FBI to probe his campaign, saying he wants to get to the bottom of how the long-running Russia collusion narrative. There's some other great pieces that came out on that. But anyway, that will be. Did you enjoy the interview? Q, yes, we did. Here is 3237. And we have Feds, DOJ will prosecute? ? It shall be done. Q. So the whole Jesse Smollett thing is not going away anytime soon. As you can see here, Smollett damage control seen in internal email from Fox's office as she defends alternative prosecution model. So she's obviously been corrupted, working with thinking that she and others should be above the law, and they're getting George Soros funded positions here that you get with these attorney generals in these different states. And looks like they're going to be investigated, which is really good news, I believe. Now, we keep on going as we have so many to go over here. 3238. Patriots are in control. Q. Here we go. What a beautiful picture that is. Q. Chicago needs another hero. So I guess these must have been pictures taken in Chicago. And that was 3238. 3239. Here's another thing. We see you, Patriot. And so Q was really into talking to This Is Me, where we go when we go all.com/Veronica, in case I can't find you on where we go when we go all site. Thanks, Patriots. Hashtag the People's Bridge. Trust if you can see here, if you take this whole picture and you blow it up, you can see trust the plan, Qyou. Right there, Trump Tower, trust the plan, Qyou. Thought that was really well done tweet, obviously. Let me make sure I've got you guys back up. Law Dog's on. Law Dog was actually there at the rally. We'll show some of his pictures in a second. Here we are on 3240. We have Qyou is everywhere. We are everywhere. So Adon's going, wow, they must be near the rally, and Qyou is everywhere. Here we have some serious things going on with the real Donald Trump saying something about Congressman Adam Schiff. And this is beautiful to know that that slimeball who's been lying to everybody and leaking classified information from his Senate intel position. And Donald Trump tweets this: Congressman Adam Schiff, who spent 2 years knowingly and unlawfully lying and leaking, should be forced to resign from Congress. And you probably saw that there was unanimous Republicans asking him to resign. He did not, and he just went on these tirades, continuing his conspiracy theory. And they call us conspiracy theorists. It's just really a joke. And Qyou goes, Congressman Adam Schiff, who spent 2 years, and in brackets, knowingly and unlawfully lying and leaking, should be forced to resign from Congress. Knowingly, all in brackets. Leaking investigations can lead to forced resignations. Knowingly disseminating false information is illegal. Gang of 8 intel, Qyou. So we've learned for quite a while that the Gang of 8 intelligence is going to be leaked, and it clearly is going to show that what was being told to him and what they were saying, he was lying the entire time. So he knew that was not corroborated, the hoax dossier, right? So crazy stuff is what it is. Nellie Orr confirms she is worked in the U.S. government intelligence agencies, and page 17 actually talks about that. Checking in from South Carolina. Thank you, Roger Sloan. But if you go here and you read this is Republican Doug Collins, says the transcript of Nellie Orr's interview before the Judiciary Committee is now available to all Americans. To read the full transcript, visit here. Just the fact that we're getting all this every single day, more and more information, shows that we are in the storm, and they are educating the public right and left. And the fact that more and more people are watching Fox and some of the good Fox shows, such as the Ingram Angle and Sean Hannity and Tucker Carlson, and blowing away the ratings, where Rachel Maddow lost big time to those guys. And then you just look at, I'll show you a little bit the actual ratings here later in the show. Here is, so if you move down to this and you go to where Qyou talks us to look at, is page 17, where sure enough, we all knew this as QAnon people, that she's a clown, she's part of the CIA, but now here the public's gonna start understanding this. So she says sorry, and then George says, walk me through the clients you did contract work for. Was this U.S. government? Mrs. Orr says U.S. government. Jordan asks, various agencies in the United States government? Yes, she says. George says, tell me the agencies. And then her lawyer comes in here. I'm not sure how to address this. I'm not sure what U.S. government agency positions are, given various agreements she signed as parts of her independent contracting relationship. So she's willing to answer questions. I just don't know what to put her at risk of violating employment agreements she had at the time, especially with the U.S. government agencies. And Jordan goes, is it fair to say that you worked with some of the intelligence agencies based in the United States? And Ms. Orr says, yes. Jordan says, did you work for the CIA? Mr. Berman comes in, again, I raised the same concern, sir, if we're going to get into specifics. And Jordan goes, okay, and for how long did you and how many different contracts did you have? Starting in 2000, I did some part-time contracting for MITRE, which is a contract. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. MITRE Corporation, which in turn had contracts with the U.S. government clients. Got it. Through most of 2008 and starting in 2008, I worked for Open Source Works. Okay, sir, I must just consult with my client. So they kind of hide it. But that's the whole point, is that she definitely worked for a U.S. intelligence agency. She was a clown. She was trained in Langley. She was trained at the farm. And so I tell you what, it's just so awesome now that anybody that reads this is going to go, wow, Nellie Orr worked for intelligence agencies in the United States. She also spoke Russian, and she's working for Fusion GPS, doing things against Trump. Wow. Okay. Clowns against America. That's what it is. So clowns against America should be what CIA stands for, right? Now here we are on 3243. And we've got Fox News about Eric Holder. They do not love you or America. Welcome to the Democratic Party. Qyou. And what's he talking about? He's talking about Eric Holder here. Hey, Alpha Lobster. Anybody here sick of winning? Nope, not me. I'm not sick of winning. And exactly when did you think America was great? And there's a video here of him talking about America was never great. So it's just that's the progressive movement of everything was bad in America. We're a horrible country. We're even the best country in the freaking world, the country that everybody wants to come to. Why? Because these supposed evil people that created this country actually put due process in. They actually put amendments to protect human rights, God-given rights. They recognize God-given rights. Everybody wants to move here because it's the fairest country in the world. Yet the progressive wants to destroy the history, lie to everybody, and just to get power. So they can do what? Use the Saul Alinsky tactics with George Soros and his minions to destroy America like they destroyed all the other countries, and he got millions and millions and billions of dollars and became a multi-billionaire by crashing their currencies and showing chaos in those countries. He's trying to do it to America. Wake up, progressives. Don't let him do it here. Quit hating your country. And so this is what the whole point is. I would say welcome to the Democratic Party con, or the progressive con, or the deep state. That was 3243. Look at, he posted a full page of stuff. I had to roll over to the next page. That's what's crazy. I have to go all the way to the bottom here. So we'll have a quick way to go through that. That won't take all night, which I'll show you in a second. Leveraging some of Mr. Praying Medic here. So you see President Trump, Michigan rally tonight, 7 p.m. Gloves will be off. Ping. I love that. 1st and 10 at the 50. Qyou. This is the Michigan rally tonight. POTUS on the offense hadn't crossed the 50-yard line, right? Because we're on offense now versus defense. Here we are, worldwide trends. And you can see on Twitter, you see, I stand with Schiff is over QAnon, over all the hashtags we use in unison, right? So it's completely corrupt. Twitter is corrupted and controlled. Notice which worldwide Twitter trends they aren't reporting the numbers for. Corrupted and controlled. Predictable and prepared. So Twitter is obviously altering and changing and manually putting what they want at the top, right? I stand with Schiff. Are you kidding me? Twitter may annotate Trump's tweets and those of other officials if they violate its rules. So it looks like there may be some. The next time President Trump tweets something that's in a violation of Twitter standards but is still newsworthy, the 280-character message might have a note attached to it. Twitter, which has come under fire for years for not doing enough to rid the platform of hate speech and abuse. Hate speech and abuse is exactly what they try to use to censor normal people, anybody that's against their progressive views. Hate speech is the catch-all phrase to censor, the catch-all phrase to eliminate the First Amendment. That's what they do to it. Thank you, Rita Monique. God bless and protect our president. I hear you. That is just basically truth here about Twitter being corrupted and controlled, not to mention all the Silicon Valley companies that are controlled by the cabal. 3246 gets into an old 8, 9, 19, 18 drop, and it's talking about SPY-UP. White House, Hussein. It's got Valerie Jarrett and all these people that we know had email addresses and everything, all about the HRC and DNC and how they're all colluding together with the CIA and John Brennan and classes and NSA, all these things. And DNI, James Comey, and then it's just listing names, right? Loretta Lynch, Shelley Yates, Barack Obama, or that could be Bruce Orr, probably Bruce Orr to CrowdStrike in the UK, or to Christopher Steele, and all the names they've listed here of the people that are corrupted, and then all the way to Bill Clinton, it looks like. And he just lists all these people. I think these might be the 13 people that have the emails. I'm not sure. Fake news, no name, media, but I'm sure a lot of this, all these initials are going to come out to be shown true. Obviously, we got Lisa Page and John Brennan and Peter Strzok. I'm sure you have a BO and a Bruce Orr's up here. So all this is the whole Spygate scandal, right? No name, obviously. We got McCain Media to John Brennan to the James Comey leaks to the POTUS daily briefings. That's going to be so awesome when they loop in Obama in here. Fusion GPS to Shell, CrowdStrike to No Name, Perkins Coie, Shell number 2, Washington Free Beacon. So he has it all. Q already knows it all. Tarmac meeting, final meeting, no charges, drop equals a Supreme Court position for Loretta Lynch. Go-betweens, meetings 1 through 4, Hussein, national security orders official, POTUS can declass. So all the stuff we know all the way back from August is all going to start coming out and leaking. It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful, 4 or 5 years, I think, of just huge, really, it's going to be a glorious next 7 months, I think. But the 4 or 5 years of military tribunals all the way through to the end of this and cleaning up this country completely, not only the country but the world, as these worldwide military tribunals I think will go on for years. Hussein, 3 national security orders official, POTUS can declass, bottom to top, see how FBI, DOJ to expand fast, FISA apps, false active, domestic spy campaigns, UK assist, feed to CIA, cannot operate domestically, so they use the UK for the Five Eyes spying. John Brennan, they never thought she would lose. So all this is coming out because they never thought she would lose. Qyou. And then they put a Twitter here. It says, you have more than you know. Breaking. McCain coordinated with James Clapper on the rollout of the dossier-based ICA and the ICA briefings to Obama. So Brennan's been lying, man. Trump and Congress in January 2017, ahead of the Trump inauguration. So before the inauguration, you had Clapper involved here. You know Brennan was involved even before that, way back in probably September when he talked to Harry Reid and the Gang of 8. And when that comes out, Adam Schiff is going to look like an absolute fool. His gig is up. Now here we are. That was you have more than you know. Qyou. Redrop. Qyou names the conspirators in Spygate and the Russia hoax. That's 3246, 3247. Here we get into the different views of the Oval Office. And you can say inside the Oval Office, you can see, and people look at the way the watch was, one of the views they feel was right here, based upon the way the camera was facing here, and the watch was probably here, facing this way. So the camera was facing this way, the watch was facing this way, and that's why we can see based upon those windows, remember, in one of them. So that's what they're thinking with the reflections, that this was literally inside the Oval Office, or what they call the castle, right? Watch is in the castle. So as they analyze those things, and here's the other one, a separate view, where there was actually people here, and they took a picture where, and this was probably the one that had POTUS actually in it. And so anyway, that's the whole Qyou proof. Watch is in the Reagan castle, Reagan style. And here's another look at it. I think that's I don't know if there's a third picture, so I'm not sure why they're showing a third picture there. But have you applied to an intel agency? So when Anon did all this work, and then Qyou saying, "Hey, dude, you're good. Have you applied to an intel agency?" Qyou. So it's kind of cool that now we can feel good about our intelligence agencies as they get cleaned out. So people can have actually careers using their talents to help the country versus overthrow it. like the current CIA has been trying to do. 3246, it takes that same drop we just read and it says focus here. No name, media, JB, JC, leaks. That'd be John Brennan, James Clapper, two of the dirtiest, I guess, intelligence agencies folks we've ever had. The Office of DNI, I guess it was Clapper. You had the head of the CIA, John Brennan, and they say other things when I put it here, Joe Biden, but I know that's talking about John Brennan. And then the JC can be James Comey. It can be, but again, he's a former DNI director. Was James Clapper. Leaks to POTUS Daily Briefing. That's to Obama and the FBI involved in all this. Match. So that's what he's talking. If you do go check into that whole thing. It's about right here. No name to media, but the one they're talking about is the no name to. I guess they're talking about all the stuff in between it. Because they're talking about no name to media, to JB. Oh, yeah, that line right here is what they really want everybody to focus on to go look at. Q drops, and so just focus on that is what he's telling us now. Now, if I go to 3249, this is Adam Shifty Schiff talking about him and nailing him. And this is a beautiful drop. I love it. So it's really got two things he's talking about here. It's redropping this thing about the only, let's see, make sure I didn't skip one here. Yeah, this is right, 3246. And why this jumps all the way up to there, I'm going to make sure I didn't miss anything down here. Let's see. Nope, we didn't. So this is just a big long one. So 3249. Focus, and this is, hey guys, same people are saying, hey, you blow the text up. I do the best I can. If you look at other people that are doing this to me, they have sometimes a full screen, but they're using less than half the screen almost always when they're showing text. I'm using a little bit more than half the screen. And so when I get the text that big, that's bigger than almost every QTuber does. But things like this that are really small, nobody blows it up any larger than that. So I sometimes have to come here and blow it up for you here, and it comes off the page. So I do the best I can to make the text big. But this is all the way back in a 314 drop, which says, remember this important fact. Adam Schiff is part of the Gang of Eight intel. It will become critical once the Gang of Eight intel material is declassified. Logical cue. If Adam Schiff knew everything he's investigating and stating publicly to be knowingly false disinformation, why then would he take the course of actions ongoing? Did Adam Schiff purposely deceive the American public, thinking the Gang of Eight material plus other classified material would never reach the public domain? Of course he did. What insurance did they hang over POTUS' head in order to prevent action? A father's love for children knows no bounds. Q. All right, so that's what they're talking about when they are actually looking at the JPEG here in this first part of the drop. Second part of the drop goes, only way, this is back to what we saw a couple days ago, which was 3178. The only way to regain trust in government is to provide truth, transparency, and prosecution. So Q's just nailing this. The only way to regain the trust, equal justice under the law regarding White House, regarding Intel, regarding FBI, regarding DOJ, regarding Senate, regarding Congress, regarding Five Eyes, regarding our government of the majority of the American people is to provide truth, transparency, and prosecution of all those who knowingly took part in this illegal manufactured effort, attempted coup to take down the President of the United States. One opens the door, the Great Awakening, Q. And he amplifies on this and says, follow keyword designators. Knowingly, 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 all in brackets, Q. So we know that people like Adam Schiff, especially, who had access to the Gang of Eight, who had access to the intelligence before any other people in Congress as part of the intelligence community, and he leaked it all and then lied knowingly. And he is going to be nailed as one of the biggest traitors ever, right up there with also Brennan and Clapper. I think those are the three heavyweights that were the lapdogs for Obama and his corruption. Focus on Adam Schiff and knowingly, keyword designator, repeated 3 times. Then we go to 3250, U.S. Codes for Treason, Sedition, and Subversion Activities, Chapter 115. And you can actually see right here, there it is, treason, sedition, and subversion activities. And it really goes through all this. And if you go and you look through Chapter 15, it gives you a lot more detail. I'm not going to take the time to do that right now based on the number of drops that we have. But you can feel free to go do that. Meme. The left waiting for the CNN to tell them what to do to be upset about. This is so funny. Here's all these sheep. There's like 5 of them. It says the left waiting for CNN to tell them what to be upset about next. Anything Trump says, basically, is the answer to that. Right? Now, go up here to 3252. It says server down Qyou. What does that tell you about the size of this movement? So if you clicked on that before, it was shut down. I tried it, right, when it came to my little app, and I tried to go to it, and the server was down, right? That's what he's talking about. So now we just saw it because the server's up. There's not so many people going to it right now. But when it first came out, boom, what does that tell you about the size of the movement? Qyou. We can take down servers just by people trying to go to what Qyou does. So Qyou actually posted it for us, and the whole thing that we just saw, right? Because people weren't able to get to the server. Fireshark capture, or maybe an Anon did that and it was reposted. USC 1018, USC Chapter 115, treason, sedition, and subversion activities. uscode.house.gov.ping. So that was pretty cool that they put that back up. Screen capture of U.S. codes for treason, sedition, and subversion activities, Chapter 115. Now here is the chapter he's wanting us to really look at. Advocating overthrow of government. This is section 2385. Whoever knowingly or willfully advocates, abets, advises, or teaches the duty, necessity, desirability, or propriety of overthrowing or destroying the government of the United States or the government of any state, territory, district, or possession thereof, of the government of any political subdivision therein, by force or violence, or by assassination of any officer or any such government, or, and it goes on and on and on and on. But the point is knowingly. If you knowingly are freaking lying and using that to try to overthrow a sitting president, I'm sorry, dude, you are guilty of treason and sedition. Knowingly keyword designator for U.S. codes of treason, sedition, and subversion activities. So here's this is awesome. When I saw this, I was going, oh yeah. And this is Donald Trump saying it himself. FBI and DOJ to review the outrageous Jussie Smollett case in Chicago is an embarrassment to our nation. Is that not true? Talk about embarrassment. Somebody breaks massive laws, and because they're an elite Hollywood person, they get away when other people are getting busted for doing hardly anything. Just think what they put General Flynn for when he didn't even do anything wrong. Jussie Smollett has massive evidence of all his fraud. They had zero evidence of Flynn's lying. He just did it because it was part of the plan. We know that. Pleading guilty to lying to the FBI just so he could get all his information into all these cases that are going on. It's going to be a glorious time here in 2019, no question about it. FBI and DOJ to review the outrageous Jussie Smollett case in Chicago. It is an embarrassment to our nation, says Trump. It shall be done. We knew that a couple days ago. Qyou. That is 3255. If I go to 3256 here, we look at Secretary Carson. It says USA versus LifeLog. USA versus LifeLog. Today, this is Ben Carson. HUD.gov is charging at Facebook for violating the Fair Housing Act by encouraging, enabling, and causing housing discrimination through the company's advertising platform. This is the way they're going to take down these tech companies. It's going to be lawsuit after lawsuit after lawsuit, and I can't wait to join the one here for YouTube. When it comes to every one of my videos I put out, within 10 to 15 minutes turns yellow, which means it's not suitable for all advertisers, meaning that the average liberal channel or anybody that agrees with the philosophy, even if it's lewd and outlandish and uses horrible languages, it gets monetized and they get they have ads running on their videos. Well, anybody that's doing anything on QAnon like myself gets nothing. And then I will say review it. So that they automatically do that. They review it, and then they take a full 2 days to view it. And as you know, that's where 95% of a news site like this gets its views. And they'll turn on about 20% of them, maybe. And then I might get another little 2 to 3% of that whole video. And so it's like almost nothing. And that's just the way it is. It's complete censorship, because they know that if we're marked not suitable for advertisers, we're not ranked as high, we're never recommended. So it's a way to keep this video from getting out to more people. So I have to depend on you guys. Please share, like, and spread this around your social media, or we'll never get the word out here. And so Qyou's basically saying USA versus LifeLog. Beautiful stuff. First of many. Qyou. That's right. There's going to be many more of these coming on these corrupt Silicon Valley companies. Just like Gab being not, you can't even download it as a competitor to Twitter because they colluded with Apple to not have it on the Apple Store, and they colluded to make it so you couldn't have it on the Google Play Store. It's a bunch of BS is what it is, because now the competitive platforms, Twitter doesn't have a competitor. And Gab is a really good competitor, but people don't use it because they can't get it. You can go to gab.ai, but you can't download it. Here's a truth seeker status. And there he is. We've got our first of many that Qyou's going to retweet. So these girls just got Qyou'd. Qyou sent me 2020. Here's another one that says Qyou 2020. Where we go, when we go all, with a Q. Very relevant. So here's 5 gals going to the rally. Trump 2020 Q plus, where we go one, we go all, with Trump shirts on and everything. They just got Q'd, one of 100, probably 30 that we're going to see here shortly. And that was a Michigan rally. So now that we're on that topic, I'll flip over real quickly to see Law Dog stuff. So Law Dog was there. Unfortunately, he couldn't get in because there's blocks and blocks and blocks of people where he couldn't even get in the freaking rally. So it's like, bummer. So here he is. You can see Michigan welcomes President Donald J. Trump. So this is our own Log Dog pictures of one of he's on right now as one of the monitors. And you see, if I go through these, as you can see, all these people just lined. They had barriers up everywhere for blocks. And when he was trying to calculate, was it going to be full? He was going, what? And so you'll see through here. Look at. There's so much trash. I couldn't even the trash cans couldn't handle it because there's so many people going through here. Hey, Joe Martinez. And then you look at here. Here's another picture of that same sign. Michigan welcomes President Donald J. Trump, as people are trying to go into the stadium. But the lines were miles long, literally. And by the time he got all the way to block 9, looking at these lines and lines of people, he was not able to get in because it was like going to be the capacity of the stadium was going to be full. As you know, there's like 20,000 people outside the stadium besides the 32,000 that held. So it says there's Law Dog, by the way. So he was okay with being shown and not being an anon anymore. But there he is with his awesome shades. Looks pretty good in a suit too when I saw him at church. And just a couple other pictures of showing what's going on there. And again, this is at block 9 by my count. And it just keeps going. 9 would have put stadium at capacity. Anyway, after that, LOL. So you can see poor Law Dog could not get in the stadium. But what a great problem to have. Don't you love that? There's so many people that love this president. So many patriots coming out from all over the place. And this is Michigan. Historically, a Democratic liberal area is coming out in droves to see this president. And it says, we love you, Qyou. So awesome stuff to see patriots all over coming to see Trump. Here's a Twitter, and then he's going to go over. Thank you, Patriot. Sometimes our sniffer picks and polls without applying credit file. And so what is he talking about here? He's talking about, thanks, Yunan. Sorry, my highlighting skills aren't exactly straight. A little bumpy there. Trying to get better with straight hands. So this is where he was basically just talking about that knowingly things. And he sent this to little Adam Schiff. It was funny and replying to it, etc. We already kind of read through that, though. So I'm going to say, this is, well done, Patriot. Together we win. Where we go one, we go all. And this is a video I can't play because it's basically has a music video. but a pretty cool music video. So go to my show notes and you'll see that, and you can connect to it and watch that cool video. 3259 video, QAnon video by DJ Jafani. Here's 3260, and now you just start getting into a lot of other things. This is Solomon reporting. Knowingly. And so here's John Solomon saying Republicans seek formal investigations into Schiff. Woohoo! And he's got a full Hill article here. This is John Solomon, who I love. He's always on Hannity as well, at least 2 or 3 times a week, usually just dropping bombs, right? And GOP rep calls for investigation into Schiff. And you can just read through this. It's just pretty basic stuff that we know was going to happen anyway, because we're in the know as a part of the Qyou movement. 3261, front row seat VIP Patriot, enjoy the show. Then he starts going through picture after picture after picture. And so here's one that has the VIP pass. But look at the Qyou. See the Qyou? There's the VIP pass he's joking about. Let's see if it blows it up and I can see it better. There it is. You see Pepe the Frog, Trump 2020, and a little VIP badge that has Qyou with the fire on it. You gotta love that. And then Qyou goes on during the rally. He was posting and posting and posting. Here's Jeff Riso again talking about knowingly. He replied to what John Solomon said. He says the findings of special counsel conclusively for your past present assertions and have exposed you as exposed you as abused your position to knowingly promote false information, Conway said. Hashtag QAnon. Knowingly, right? Knowingly promote false information. That is the whole key to what meets the criteria for treason and sedition. So it's coming down, guys. It's hitting the fan for sure. We see you, Patriot, and you'll see this goes on forever. Enjoy the show, Patriot. Attempts to divide will only fail. See, this goes. I'm going to skip the ones that just show the pictures because I'll show you that in a little bit on the stream of Praying Medic. JP, I see a lot of Qyou people in the rally line. RSB Network. I'm not sure why Qyou said attempts to divide will only fail. Where we go, when we go all. Okay, it's basically something about all the people and how everybody is excited. And again, this uniting is going to come around literally Trump when everybody sees how evil these people are. Enjoy the show, VIP Patriot. And it goes on and on. Enjoy the show, VIP Patriot. Then he takes all these pictures that were on Twitter. Enjoy the show. Enjoy the show. We'll show you these as we go. Enjoy the show. 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 Millions of patriots worldwide. I wonder if this is, since it says worldwide, this might be a little different. So let me grab this one real quick. Who else will be watching Trump rally tonight? QAnon Patriots. Doesn't say where she's from. So I don't know why that would be normal. I'm going to go ahead and just retweet that. She must be from a different country, I would guess. I'm going to see if that's the case. Patriot noun, a person who vigorously supports. So I guess not. I don't know why they talked about worldwide on this specific one, but it's true. It is going to be worldwide. Patriots have pride. Patriots have love. United, not divided. Flags out. So there's a lot of pictures of flags you'll see in just a second. Flags out. We see tons of Fast and Furious, this one says. So that's probably just referring to this guy's tweet. He says, let's go. QAnon. So you can see we have some massive patriots all over the place, and this was during the actual. I guess this was a little bit beforehand here, but he just went wild here. Premolar restrictions regarding false call-ins, regarding Qyou threats by them. They wanted you silenced. You are a threat to the narrative, Qyou. And what they're talking about is that they call in threats about Qyou shirts and Qyou items, so you can't bring them into the rally. So they're trying to keep it that way. Hey, why are you praising so many for tonight's rally with VIP treatment, yet during an Arizona rally I was harassed by SS, that is the Secret Service, and had to remove my shirt, treated like I was carrying a bomb. So embarrassing. Butt hurt. So the point is that, and that's what he's saying, is that premolar restrictions regarding false call-ins, regarding Qyou threats by them. They wanted you silenced. you were a threat to the narrative. That's why you should always have a shirt over your Q shirt if you're going to a rally. Then you can take that shirt off or have some type of scarf that you don't show them, etc. Because the Secret Service have had to eliminate based upon all this false flag crap of having us bring Q stuff into the rallies. So you got to basically sneak it in. That's 3279, 3280. Enjoy the show. I'll show you those later. Listed up to date, normal. So here's another thing from CNN. Just in, Wells Fargo announced the sudden retirement of CEO Tim Sloan as the bank struggles to overcome a litany of scandals. Wow. So this reminds me, guys, I'm in touch right now via email, and we'll be having a call this weekend to talk to the Anon that actually looks at all these resignations. His name calls himself Resignation Anon. He's an expert in this. He updates all those sites, etc. So he might be coming on the show to show us exactly how amazing this is, how to use the sites, how to get the word out about these resignations. So Wells Fargo, another bank going, the executive going down. Wells Fargo has announced the sudden retirement of CEO Tim Sloan. Love of country, we see enjoy the show VIP Patriot. I'll show you those pictures in a second. Love of country, love united not divided, sheep no more. Q, love of country. Hashtag flags out. Q, you'll see that hashtag all over these Twitter pictures. Where we go one, we go all. Where we go one, we go all. Love our country, flags out. Love our country, flags out. And you can see this goes on and on. Now we're in 3292. Rip, Patriot, your sacrifice will never be forgotten. Strength and honor. So she's amplifying on this one a little more. So it says, Joanne Best says, I wish you were here now, Dad. You were at Normandy on D-Day and made it back to live a life to be proud of. You always said that real Donald Trump would make a great president. Wish you'd live to see it, how he's changing the world. Love you, miss you. Hashtag MAGA, QAnon, where we go one, we go all, and hashtag flags out. Wow, pretty cool stuff. That's worth a freaking retweet there, that's for sure. All right, that is 3292. 3293, love of country, flags out. 94, love of country, we're united, flags out. Love of country, flags out. Q, love of country, flags out. Love of country, honor and respect, flags out. Q, so it must be another veteran there, I would guess. Love of country, flags out. Q, love of country, make Canada great again. Hashtag flags out. That's kind of cool. So we got somebody from Canada here. It looks like that was part of the whole movement. Flag is out in Southern California. Oh, okay, it wasn't Canada. It was make California great again. Waiting to watch 45. So California has obviously millions wanting their country to turn red again. Here we have Patriots United, love for our country. Looks like it says Jesus and coffee. It must have been the Jesus and coffee. Oh, this is a cute one. It's a little meme. She comes up. Isn't that awesome? It says, where we go on QAnon. Does you notice how it's QAnon? We are Q. We the people. Patriots unite. I already retweeted that puppy. All right, here is love of country. Flags out. And it looks like it's a long one over to the left. Love of country, flags out. And this is, I think, the last one. And this is shows, this is where an Anon's worried about something because it's a account that just got started this month, less than a month old. And the guy's posting pictures and kind of in a way he's trying to show him where he is. And so this person was concerned about that. And he says, F, red alert, Q team in the Secret Service, U.S. Secret Service, only 1 month old account. He made it in. He's giving updates as to his positioning in a sly way, letting his handlers know he's in. Eyes on Q. So this is pretty cool, I thought. So somebody says, Kim Kortajian wants to see her pick in line at the Trump rally. I don't know if what you're talking about there, Law Dog. I don't know if you took a picture of her or not, because I think I went through all your pictures. So let me refresh to see if there's anybody here. And eyes on. Yep, so I think that's done. So let me go quickly to we're at 44 minutes into this. Woo, that took some time. I want to go and show you the Praying Medic had some awesome stuff on here as well. Man, I opened up a lot of windows just going through all those, didn't I? Ben Carson, we were at Paul Sperry, we did that. Donald Trump, we played that as well. Smollett, Trump vows. Here we are. I want to go to my second sponsor real quick. This is the Stem Up. This is amazing, and the whole thing about stem cells. So I'm going to click on this to show you this, learn more right here, and give you a little bit more detail on this Stem Enhance Ultra, right? Remember, stem cells are your body's natural healing system. If you get caught in your finger in one day and the next day it kind of heals up, how does that happen? It's your bodily stem cells at work. Sad part is by age 65, you've lost 90% of your adult stem cells, but now you may be able to boost system cell levels naturally within 1 hour by 30% with a new plant-based capsule. Everyone's chemistry is different, but for many, this produces a variety of benefits to help reduce the effects of aging. This product comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Please visit the website, stemup.com. Again, stemup.com. Support your body with organic stem cells. Rejuvenate your body youth today at stemup.com. I think I was telling you about my shoulder. It's feeling really good right now based on me just taking some of this versus doing my normal icing routine, right? All right, so let's look at this Praying Medic stream. So I had a whole stream on this, and I didn't realize that all this stuff just came directly from the Qyou site, so we don't have to go over that. But he did a really good job to where I don't have to open up every one of those documents by just showing, here's all the people that got Qyou'd. I turn this off here. That was the full stream, the 4-hour stream of the Trump rally, and but here we see Twitter broke this thread, so you can start on another one. But we saw that picture of the Trump there, and we saw that picture, and we saw that one. So you'll see some of these. But there's somebody we missed. It says from Pennsylvania here, can't wait to watch Michigan rally tonight. And that probably says we are Qyou if I blow that up. We are Qyou. Yep, exactly right. Let me go back to that. Hopefully I didn't break the string. And oh darn it, so I'm gonna go backwards here, guys, just because I don't want to get you guys all dizzy. So there's something about Qyou on this one. Here's a make noise. Just walked the entire line holding up this sign, full length uncut video upload late tonight or early tomorrow. Took over 20 minutes. Lots of noise. So you can see how there it is. Make noise for Qyou. Right? Pretty neat. And almost all of these have the hashtag QAnon. So that's probably what QAnon did, is he searched on QAnon and saw everybody with these make a great hats again. But all of these have hashtag QAnon on here, right? So here's a gal there as a QAnon person. This person, you can see hashtag QAnon, hashtag Q. There they are at the rally. This is jumping around a little bit too much, more than I would like. But bottom line, there was a ton of people here. Trying to get through all those pictures just real quick by scrolling through them. But if I blow up, it's going to jump more than I want it to. So we saw that one. There's another gal with a hashtag QAnon. There's a person with her ticket and hashtag QAnon. You can see it. Rock it out tonight, folks. Tonight is the beginning of the best 6 years ever. And hashtag QAnon. Somebody else with the where we go, where we go all t-shirt. And it's pretty cool to see all these pictures at the rally and all the people that hashtag QAnon and were at the rally, right? I think that's the whole point. Like, there's a person that says, ready for Donald Trump rally, hashtag QAnon, Grand Rapids, Michigan. There's a person with a little Q and a rabbit here. Almost there. Welcome back to Michigan, Mr. President. And we saw that picture. Here's people with their flags out. I will be watching tonight's rally from Phoenix, Arizona. Best president ever. Hashtag QAnon. There's a person that has hashtag QAnon as well. Can't be at the Trump rally tonight, but no, I'm with you. We saw that picture. There's a person that complaining that they made them take the Q shirt off. Here another again, QAnon, women for Trump. Gotta love that. Wishing I could be there with all you tonight. I'll be watching. We love you all. Flags everywhere. So, wow, I think we're finally caught up on Qyou. We are Qyou. Where we go one, we go all. The air is thick with excitement and love for America. God bless Donald Trump. You got to just love this, guys. It's just the patriotism is coming back to this country. We all love being Americans. Hashtag QAnon. There's a flag with their dog outside. Here's somebody saying, we are excited to watch the rally tonight. Flags out. And it had a Trump flag that says, Make America Great Again. Blue flag. And the hashtag QAnon. Here's another picture with one where we go one, we go all. Watching the rally tonight. My love and support is with you all, patriots. Again, they have hashtag QAnon on all these with flags and people. Here's some people standing up in a big, huge box that's all painted. Are you awake? Hashtag QAnon. Who is Q? So some pretty cool Q stuff here. Here, this is the person watching the rally tonight. I'm excited, and it looks like this is all the way up in Canada. Polar Continental Shelf Program. And this guy's got a Q out there. Woo! Making America Great Again flag. There's another person. Hey, Q, can you see me? So these guys all got Q'd. Just tons of people got Q'd tonight. Here's a person who said, Life, I'm proud of you. Always said that real Donald Trump would make a great president. Wish you lived to see how he's changing the world. Love you. No, if you blow that up, that's the one I read earlier about her dad that was in Normandy. Excited to watch the rally tonight from Georgia. Again, flags are out. Just so cool to see the patriotism going across this country. There's another person. Hey, QAnon, how's this from my deployment? Flags always out. More flags out. Praying medics. So again, take a picture of get your flag out in your house. Take a picture of it and put hashtag QAnon out there. And it looks like Q is making this go wild. We can make this go viral with hashtag flags out. See if Twitter censors that too. They don't want any, but it loves the country. It's like, what a shame that would be for that to be trending on Twitter. I didn't even ever look at the Twitter trend page because it's completely rigged. Some more you can just see. We saw that one. So I just want to quickly go through that to see. So now you've seen all the Q posts. That's my goal, is to get through all those with you guys. Now we're way late here. So again, I never can get through all the news I want to get through you guys, but exciting stuff going on. I'm going to go over to maybe to show a couple other things. Oh, here's the air Q. I got to show you that one. So this person caught him doing an air Q at the rally. You can see, look at that. He goes around. Come on. Goes around and slices it. See, around and then slices it. The air Q. We get those all the time. And then some of the things he said were things like, these people are sick. You've probably heard that several times. They have to be held accountable. They spied on me. We cannot have two different standards of justice in our country. Defrauding the public was ridiculous BS. He actually used the word. So he was going at it today. And he said that the people are sick. Three times he said the word sick, right? So I tell you what, it's coming. It's coming. Here is another thing, DJ. If they don't help Mexico, we will close the darn border, which he uses the little stronger word than darn. What do you think of their signs? Resist. What the hell? So he was on fire at the rally. This person says, these people are sick. These people are sick. President Trump just now. So everybody's excited about it on Vote as well. Here you got somebody saying, it looks like I may have missed somebody that was trying to get my attention. That Jack Posobiec on Twitter compares the left's Russiagate to the right's Q movement. Sent him Q-proof. Drop 2089, trying to divide patriots. Let's see if he continues. Thank SM. I appreciate that. And there's the pencil neck. A picture of Schiff where somebody put a pencil on his neck. So he was called by the president a pencil neck today. So quite funny. I didn't think he really had that small of a neck, but everybody's going to think that now. Trump in Michigan, little pencil neck Adam Schiff. Sick. These are sick people. They know it's all lies and BS. So Trump is getting bold. He's on the offense. Oh my goodness, Trump is on fire, talking about fake Russia scandals. Sorry, we must hold them all accountable. Really got good, guys, to tell you what. And here's a little, I just don't have time to go over all of this, so I'm going to have to skip through some of this. But this is such, oh, here's just a picture of the huge lines getting into the rally. Looks like that one. The Sean Hannity talks about Chicago police to bill Jussie Smollett for all costs associated with the alleged hate crime hoax. So at the minimum, he's going to pay a lot more than that $10,000. He's going to be billed. They're putting a huge bill together for Jussie Smollett. Boom, Jussie. President Trump says FBI and DOJ will review your matter. You got to love that. Watching Trump on Hannity. Now, this was the day before. Did you catch what he said, dark to light? So that came out in the Hannity show. And here's a cool meme. We had the New World Order was just eating humanity. And then all the humans came together. This is uniting humanity in awareness is now about ready to swallow the New World Order. And this is why there are millions of us online trying desperately to wake up our friends and our family, right? What a great meme. So that's another thing you can just take a screenshot of that and put it on all your social media. I think it's a great way to hopefully wake people up. Oh, this is cool. Rachel Maddow loses 19% of her audience today after Robert Mueller probe appears to clear Trump of Russia collusion. And look at here on Judge Rudge Report. Look at this. This is pretty cool. The cable. Fox Hannity. This was oh, darn it. I don't like it when it jumps on me like that. So it's right here, and I'm trying to make it big enough for you guys, and it jumps. So look at this. Fox Hannity, 4.3 million. This was yesterday, I think last night. While Tucker had 3.4 million. Ingram had 3.2 million. Look at that. That's like 10 million people were watching those 3 hours of shows between Hannity, Tucker, and Ingram. While Maddow was at 2.6. So that, and then look at the next two. They're Fox 5 and Fox Bear. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 conservative channels out of, and Maddow's only one to break into those top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shows. And then you have the other MSNBC at 2 million, 1 million, 1.4. And CNN didn't even break 1 million. Cuomo couldn't do it. Cooper couldn't do it. So this is really good news. It's like, woo! So that, I think, just shows the trend that is coming along here. And then we see just some memes here, like President Trump looking like the next Lincoln is what's happening as he cleans up this country. Massive DOJ leak reveals Mueller finished the Trump Russia probe months before 2018 elections. Kept silent while Dems swept the midterms. So I don't like the way they talk about that because we won the midterm Senate, obviously. But the bottom line is that he knew about this. And this was over in the summer. And he postponed it and kept it going much longer than he should have. So again, hey, if you want to see all my show notes, everything I just showed you, make sure you come to blessedtoteach.com with a 2. And blessed with the number 2, teach.com. And actually sign up on my email list to get a link every time I'm done with my show notes, right? It's the easiest way to do it. Or you can just come here and you can click on show notes and go to there. Kind of hit the about. That shows you what time I go live. I am going to be taking probably going live 4 days a week and taking 3 days off a week as I'm creating a new cultural impact system to help everybody move from where you are now to getting more active and really making an impact in your culture. So I'll be developing that program. I'm well into it right now. So I will be going, instead of doing 5 shows a week, I'm going to be doing 4 shows a week going forward. And so the days I take off will be relatively random. I'll try to keep you guys up to date probably via Facebook and Twitter will be the two places. If you don't have a Facebook and Twitter, you're just going to have to guess when I'm going live. But these are the times I usually go live here on the About. And at the very bottom of every page, you'll see my backup channels as well as my social media, Minds, Gab, Facebook, Twitter, etc. Right? And let's get into this prophecy. This is Mark Taylor again. This was June of 2016, before the elections. It says, the Spirit of God says, there's a beast in the east that's trying to arise, that thinks he's the best. But I have one in the west that will give him a godly surprise and take him down to the least. For this beast that has risen is no surprise, for my church is in a Babylonian prison. Come out of her, or it will be your demise. It's talking about the 501c3s again. The Spirit of God says the chaos and clatter that the earth is in is directly related to the Babylonian box that the so-called church is in. For my earth is moaning and groaning for my sons and daughters to arise with bliss. Where is my army that will send this beast back to the abyss? For how can you take on a beast when you're deaf, mute, and blind? For the beasts are ancient and old and lurk about seeking an enemy whom they can steamroll. For this beast has no teeth and lurks in the brush, trying to lure you into an ambush. Do not attack until you come out of her, that Babylonian system, or you will fall prey and be decimated beyond comprehension. The Spirit of God says, for when my people realize the curse they are under and come out, break the curse, then they will plunder. For as they come out of her with a mass exodus, there I will be to restore her back to my body. As I, the head, she will have power, authority, and unity again, and the enemy shall fall as dead. For you wonder why the world is so perverse? It's because my church has forsaken her first love and is under a curse. Come out of her now. Don't walk, but run, and do not wait before you cross the point of no return, for then it's too late. Come back to me, and make me your first love. I have dearly yearned. For some, it's already too late, for they have not learned. So this is Mark Taylor's warning that he feels the Lord gave him about churches coming out of 501c3s. Any type of mission group, etc., coming out of 501c3s because it's part of the Ball system with Johnson Amendment where you couldn't speak out politically. And what do? We sat back and let Roe versus Wade happen. We sat back and let Bible be taken out of schools and the Ten Commandments being torn off the walls, etc., because we took the 30 pieces of silver of the 501c3 and to try to make sure we didn't lose our tax advantage. And almost all organizations that are missionary organizations or churches don't pay taxes anyway. So you don't have to go to the IRS and file a 501c3 to not pay taxes for charitable things. So here's Galatians 1:8. It says, but even if we or an angel from heaven should preach another gospel other than the one we preach to you, let them be under God's curse. This is an important verse, guys. This is Apostle Paul saying that. But even if we or an angel from heaven should preach another gospel other than the one we preach to you, let them be under God's curse. And guys, there's tons of false churches out there teaching the false gospel. So we need to unite with other patriots of all religions for freedom of religion, right? To fight this evil. So that's the bigger picture. But when it comes to God's plan, we have to have the right God, the right Jesus, and the right gospel. Clearly. And we need to unite on those big rocks. Now, we shouldn't be arguing over all these denominational crap as long as we have the right God, the right Jesus, and the right gospel, right? And so that's the unity. But there are tons of false churches out there that teach a different gospel. And there's tons of them out there. They teach the wrong God. Some teach that God was once a man. That's wrong. Some teach that you can become a god. That's wrong. Some teach polytheism. There's multiple gods. That's wrong. Some teach that Jesus wasn't the Son of God and the 100% God, 100% man. That's wrong. That's a wrong Jesus. Some people teach that there's more than one God, that the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost is not the triune God. That's a wrong God, the wrong Jesus. And the gospel is really easy. It's 100% faith, 100% Jesus, and 0% us. Anybody that puts works into the equation does not understand the true gospel. And what does Paul say to some? So if you think that you have to do things to get to heaven, works, then you believe a different gospel. It's not what the Bible teaches. Right here it says, but even if we or an angel from heaven should preach another gospel other than the one we preached, which is saved by faith through grace. We're saved by grace through faith. Right? Ephesians 2:9 talks about, right? And the whole Bible talks about this. Points to the Savior, Jesus Christ, 100% Jesus. All is equals at the foot of the cross. And after you have been saved, then you'll do good works. And if you're not doing good works, then faith without works is dead. That is not a salvation statement in James. It's very important to understand that. 100% Jesus, 0% Rick. 100% Jesus, 0% you. Swallow your pride, accept the free gift. That's how you're going to go to heaven. That's the true gospel. All false churches teach you have to do. No, you have to give me 10%. No, you have to make sure you go to church every Sunday. No, you have to make sure that you don't swear. Yes, you have to do all these things. And that's all legalism. It's not the gospel. And other people say, hey, you can do whatever you want. You can go run off, etc. That's faith without works is dead. You don't have true faith if you're not doing things for the Lord and don't love him. If you love him and know he saves you and you're going to go to heaven as a perfect life of Christ as a substitutional power for you, you are happy and you will do good works. But it has nothing to do why you're saved. You're saved 100% because of him, the Almighty One coming down to earth and dying for your sins. Ooh, that is the truth. That's the true gospel. Let me pray. Heavenly Father, just thank you so much for your true gospel. That is good news. The word gospel means good news, Lord. And we just thank you for giving the good news gospel to us as this new covenant, this New Testament. And that replaced the Old Testament of animal sacrifices, where the death of Christ was the final sacrifice for us. How beautiful, Lord. Thank you for that truth. And thank you for bringing it way beyond the Jews and bringing it to all of us, the Jews and the Gentiles, and everybody that's not a Jew. This is for all. 100%. All is equal at the foot of the cross. We're all sinful. We do not deserve to go to heaven. The only way we can get there is if we have the substitutional power of Christ, the blood of Christ covering our sins. Lord, please let that truth reign in everybody that's listening to my voice right now. And Lord, I pray that the truth of QAnon, the truth of what is false and news and what's true news starts coming out in this broadcast and many other broadcasts, and that the false news that's being put out by others in alternative media as well as the mass media is exposed completely, and they look like fools and they're eliminated from this sphere of influence, Lord. I pray that you will take over the sphere of influence of the media, and we as the QAnon movement, as a movement of the army of God, will take that over, where truth will reign in your media, not only in the United States, but worldwide. And we say these things we say these names in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. All right, guys, God bless you. I'm well over an hour again. When you have over 60 QAnon posts, it's hard to catch that. So I'm gonna skip the discussion right now based on it being 1:07, and I have a big client meeting in the morning for about 4 hours. So I'm going to go get my final touches on that. God bless you guys, and keep the faith, I guess, as Amanda Grace would say. God bless.